Late December 2024 in Phoenix, Arizona. Tens of thousands of Donald Trump supporters are dressed in America's colors for the Turning Point USA event.
Well, I got news from January 20th. The greatest president in my lifetime is going to walk into the Oval Office and take this country back.
It's a gathering of American young conservatives.
Trump, of course, Trump, yeah. I love Trump.
They've turned out in droves to meet the leading lights of the conservative camp. One of the most eagerly awaited speakers is Steve Bannon, Donald Trump's controversial advisor.
This is our first time, I think, that hosting. You go to prison for 4 months and you think you can just leave the show.
Steve Bannon has just served a 4-month prison sentence in the USA for refusing to cooperate with the investigation into the storming of the Capitol, the seat of the US Congress, by Donald Trump supporters on January the 6th, 2021. On stage, he makes no secret of his desire for revenge against the Biden administration and the federal police.
We're going to actually move all the FBI guys out because they don't need that space. So everybody's going to move out, and what we're going to do is then we're going to take it apart slab by slab, and we're going to do what the Romans did in Carthage. We're going to salt the earth around it and have a stake just in the ground that says, you know, at one point in time, some very evil people worked in a building that was here and did very evil things to the American people, but the American people rose up, threw them out, took the building down.
Populist rhetoric is openly supported by Steve Bannon.
I think populism is the salvation of the planet. I think the salvation of humanity. This is a global movement. It's ascended throughout the world. Alternative for Deutschland in Germany, a National Assembly in France.
For 4 days, the key themes of Donald Trump's policies are discussed, such as the fight against illegal migrants from Mexico.
The best $80 I ever spent. It's representative of my support for President Trump's border wall. It's a brick suit, so it's kind of a metaphor for strong borders.
And to make the border impenetrable, Donald Trump called on Tom Homan.
So look, if I offend anybody today, I don't care.
An uncompromising former policeman nicknamed the Border Czar.
There's a lot of people in this country illegally. I'm going to find them, I'm going to arrest them, I'm going to deport them. If you want to be a part of the greatest nation on earth, you come here the right way.
Anything Mr. Trump is going to do that work with you guys?
Mr. Trump's going to kick ass and take names.
As at every event in the Trump world, there's talk about politics, but also about business. The president-elect's image is good for sales.
We sell them for $10 each.
Some exhibitors even offer deodorants that promise a newfound masculinity.
This one's named after Elon Musk. He's the rocket man.
Being a man isn't promoted as much, and so men don't feel like it's okay to be themselves.
Donald Trump gets more adulation than a rock star, even perceived by the most religious group of his electorate as a Christ-like figure.
I believe God saved Donald Trump's life. I believe he's an instrument of divine providence. And the people of this conference would definitely agree with that.
A president awaited like a messiah by wildly excited supporters.
Donald J. Trump!
January 20th will truly be Liberation Day in America. Is that okay? Liberation Day.
For over an hour, Donald Trump piles on attacks, particularly on transgender people.
Ben, on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high school.
4 years after his defeat by Joe Biden, Donald Trump is making a comeback.
We will make America great again.
Surrounded by supporters more determined than ever. While at the same time, he was the subject of several legal cases, notably for having called on his supporters to stage an insurrection on Capitol Hill. Last November, however, Donald Trump scored a victory over Kamala Harris.
But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this.
But with Donald Trump's triumph, a whole clan is moving into power.
Je pense qu'on est en plein dans l'ère de la dynastie Trump. C'est en tout cas ce que signifie cette réélection.
For the past few weeks, Americans have been fascinated by the billionaire's granddaughter, Kay Madison.
All right, that does not look bad.
The 17-year-old has transformed herself into a political influencer on social media to appeal to a younger electorate.
The coolest part of having a grandpa as a president.
Grandchildren, children, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, all the members of the Trump family are put to work by the patriarch.
Donald Trump n'a aucune honte, aucune gêne à faire venir travailler des membres de sa famille, et surtout qui ne sont pas du tout qualifiés.
In this close-knit group arriving at the White House, there's also Donald Trump's new best friend, Elon Musk.
The future is gonna be amazing!
As well as eccentric billionaires and notorious conspiracy theorists like the health secretary.
They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control.
Or a startling figure like the new education secretary.
Get her!
Who are the new members of the Trump clan?
In Trump's view, it's not qualifications for the particular job, it's willingness to be a yes man or a yes woman for him.
Bill White is among the loyal supporters receiving rewards. With no diplomatic experience, this neighbor of Donald Trump will become the next ambassador.
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
To Belgium. These lieutenants have been tasked with tackling all of Donald Trump's obsessions.
People have had enough of political correctness.
It's both populism and flamboyant spectacle. We take a dive into America according to Trump, an inside look at the clan that's preparing to govern the world's leading power. Florida in the southeastern United States. For the past few months, the small upmarket community of Palm Beach has been attracting a lot of attention. For it's here that Donald Trump lives for much of the year, in this luxurious seaside estate. With its majestic palm-lined avenues and luxury boutiques, Palm Beach is a little corner of America that has very little in common with the rest of the country. One of the finest connoisseurs of this glittering microcosm is Eddie Shipek.
Chanel, St. John, Ralph Lauren, Tiffany's over there on the corner.
Every day, this real estate agent roams the city in his Rolls-Royce Corniche.
And this is called Billionaires Row right here. These homes, $200 million. Jeff Green from California lives here. You're going to come up here to Citadel Hedge Fund, Ken Griffin.
There are already 58 billionaires in Palm Beach, but there will soon be many more.
And every day, a new billionaire is born, and they all want to come to Palm Beach.
Since Donald Trump was elected,
you're looking good, big man. I got my eyes on you.
The real estate market has been booming.
A home just sold down next to one street from Donald Trump for like $45 million. Just sold Thursday.
For those who can't afford the multi-million-dollar price tag but still want to rub shoulders with America's new master, there's still a solution: the bridge leading to his residence.
Look at this, huh? Woo! Woo! Trumpster's on his way through, right? Trump's on his way through, right?
Yeah, he's going to the Army-Navy game.
Oh, he's getting ready to leave.
3. He's going to be leaving any minute.
All right, we're going to go. Hey, here we go. Look at this. Trump supporters.
Amidst a massive flags, a score of overexcited supporters await the new president's arrival.
It was a good day. It'll be a better day on January 20th when Trump comes our president. Fight, fight, fight!
Since the assassination attempt on his life, Donald Trump's security has been greatly reinforced.
There you go, more Secret Service, bomb squad, along with the 6 SWAT teams, more Secret Service.
Today, he's on his way to a simple soccer match, but the convoy is impressive. It was impossible for Eddie and his cronies to catch a glimpse of Donald Trump, but there will be other opportunities. The new tenant of the White House already plans to get away from Washington and spend most of his time here at his luxurious Mar-a-Lago estate. Built on a 9-hectare site, this 62,500 square foot property boasts 126 rooms.
C'est un endroit fascinant parce que ça dit beaucoup de choses de Donald Trump. Il y a énormément de luxe, la décoration est très kitsch.
Mar-a-Lago, c'est assez spectaculaire, il faut reconnaître, parce que c'est dans son jus. Ça dégouline d'or, mais c'est de l'or ancien, c'est comme Versailles. Donc ça ressemble un peu à Versailles, c'est un petit Versailles.
A little Versailles built by a wealthy businesswoman in the 1920s in the Arab Moorish style so popular at the time. Donald Trump bought the estate for $10 million in 1985, and he radically transformed it.
Donald Trump a très vite réalisé que ça coûtait une fortune en entretien et que donc il fallait qu'il le rentabilise pour payer les travaux incessants. Il a des problèmes financiers à la fin des années 80, donc là, c'est à ce moment-là qu'il le transforme en club.
This club welcomes a few hundred hand-picked members. Membership fees are secret, but there is talk of an entrance fee of $500,000 and an annual fee of $20,000.
C'est un club social, donc il y a tout un tas d'événements mondains qui sont organisés.
C'est tout ce qu'aime Donald Trump. C'est-à-dire c'est à la fois sa maison, mais l'endroit où il peut recevoir ses amis, qui en plus payent leur chambre d'hôtel. Donc il y a une espèce de mélange des gens. C'est un domaine entier qui lui est dédié.
A high-security estate patrolled by robot dogs. The billionaire has gradually turned Mar-a-Lago into a second White House.
C'est devenu un petit peu le centre du monde avec des leaders étrangers qui s'y succèdent, des ultra-riches américains qui y viennent en espérant nouer des contacts avec le futur président.
A veritable political HQ where the new president celebrated his victory last November. Surrounded by his children, grandchildren, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, the entire Trump clan.
3, 2, 1.
There's even a new kid on the block.
A picture with your boy. So we have to get Elon with his boy.
Billionaire Elon Musk.
Il y a eu beaucoup de moqueries, on l'a comparé à... On a dit que c'était la nouvelle Melania et que, voilà, que c'était la first lady.
Et il fait partie de la famille désormais quasiment. Donc il est sur toutes les photos.
The billionaire is able to strike a pose in the victory photo because Donald Trump owes his victory in part to him.
La campagne de Trump était très bien financée, mais enfin pas aussi bien que celle de Kamala Harris, qui a quand même levé 1,5 milliard de dollars. Trump n'avait pas autant. Ce qu'a fait Elon Musk, il a injecté de sa poche plus de 250 millions de dollars dans la campagne de Trump. Ça fait du bien, clairement.
By writing this check, Elon Musk became the largest donor in US history.
On a toujours eu des milliardaires qui ont soutenu des candidats, mais typiquement, c'était des milliardaires qui étaient plutôt derrière la scène, qu'on ne voyait pas, qui aimaient la discrétion. La grosse différence avec Elon Musk, c'est qu'il se met en scène en plus.
With the erratic CEO, the days of behind-the-scenes politics are over. It's time to put on a show. Last October, Elon Musk launched a competition. Every day, a winner was drawn from among the signatories of a pro-Trump petition. A surprising practice, but not illegal in the United States. For the lucky winner of the day, a check for $1 million.
By the way, John had no idea. So, anyway, you're welcome. Yeah.
My name is Ron.
I'm Daisy Moser.
I'm Joshua Mayo.
In all, 18 winners will benefit from Elon Musk's largesse. Thanks to the support of the richest man in the world, Donald Trump is a dream come true.
Donald Trump pouvait être accusé d'avoir des rêves anciens, rétrogrades, des rêves de son âge, d'un homme de 78 ans. Elon Musk, c'est vraiment le rêve américain d'avenir.
Il propose du rêve, il propose d'aller sur Mars, il veut un monde de fiction incroyable.
Conquering space with his company SpaceX, revolutionizing the automobile with Tesla, or even making monkeys with brain implants play video games. With Elon Musk, nothing is impossible.
C'est très enthousiasmant pour beaucoup de jeunes qui veulent voir aussi un avenir positif dans un monde franchement qu'on leur propose, où on leur propose plutôt le climat, la fin du monde, etc., quoi.
Donc c'est ça qu'il a apporté. le côté milliardaire bondissant. Si vous voulez, hop et hop, je fais des petits sauts autour de Donald Trump.
Is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms.
The tech mogul had voted for Obama, Clinton and Biden, but in the space of a few years, he's become much more socially conservative.
Ce qui relie les deux hommes, c'est la détestation du prêt-à-penser, du politiquement correct et des démocrates en général.
On his social media platform, X, the billionaire doesn't hesitate to tweet his 208 million followers photo montages imagining Kamala Harris as a communist dictator, or his criticisms of wokeism, a movement that denounces, sometimes radically, discrimination against minorities, particularly transgender people.
Il a un problème personnel avec les woke à cause de son fils devenu fille, qu'il n'accepte pas. Les deux ne se parlent plus. Et donc, il se dit victime de la culture woke parce que ça lui a fait perdre son fils. C'est ça ce qu'il dit.
The two billionaires share the same ideological battles. Elon Musk recently appeared in Mar-a-Lago with Nigel Farage, one of the leaders of the British far right, and is ready to express support for various European populist movements. On the economic front, Elon Musk and Donald Trump also share the same goal. They want to reduce the weight of the federal government, and to that end, Donald has even created a department just for his new friend.
At the suggestion of Elon Musk, who has given me his complete and total endorsement, that's nice, smart guy. I will create a government efficiency commission making recommendations for drastic reforms.
Drastic reforms is putting it mildly. Elon Musk wants to cut the US government budget by 30%.
C'est un libertarien qui pense en dehors des cadres préétablis, qui n'aime pas les syndicats, qui est favorable à une déréglementation la plus poussée possible.
And the first post of his new department on social media looks more like a startup than the civil service. The message is clear. It has to be said that the big boss is not exactly renowned for his sense of social dialogue.
Il n'hésite pas à virer tous ceux déjà qui s'opposent à lui. C'est vrai qu'il est capable de rationaliser beaucoup au niveau de ses entreprises pour faire avancer les choses, mais en même temps, c'est un coût humain important. Il a viré quand même la moitié du personnel de Twitter en 15 jours.
Above all, the appointment of the world's richest man to government raises serious questions of conflict of interest.
Une grande partie de son business, c'est quand même SpaceX qui travaille directement avec les autorités fédérales aux États-Unis.
Il s'est construit beaucoup par rapport à cet argent fédéral. Sa richesse vient beaucoup de ça. Donc c'est quand même incroyable qu'il ait le culot, et ça c'est typique aussi, de dire qu'il aurait pu dépenser d'argent public alors que lui-même s'est enrichi sur le dos de l'argent public.
Investors have seen what's happening, and the value of SpaceX and Tesla has soared since Donald Trump's victory. In 3 months, Elon Musk's assets have already risen by more than $70 billion. Big money maneuvering to get a billionaire elected. That's what American democracy is all about. But to win back the White House, Donald Trump also had to broaden his electoral base. In particular, he sought votes from a segment of the population traditionally hostile to the Republicans, young people. And to attract Generation Z, he called on this influential young woman.
Elle a 17 ans, elle est toute jeune, c'est la fille aînée de Donald Trump Jr. Elle s'habille comme une starlette, on la voit sur les photos en robe très très courte. Elle aime la célébrité, elle en joue.
Kay Trump, Donald Trump's granddaughter, made a sensational entry into the presidential campaign one evening last July in muggy Wisconsin.
I want to bring out my eldest daughter and the eldest granddaughter of the President of the United States, your favorite president, Kai Madison Trump.
Kyle Trump, il faut savoir que personne ne la connaissait avant la convention républicaine. Elle a vraiment émergé dans un discours de 3 minutes à la tribune de la convention républicaine.
3 minutes that melted the audience's hearts that night.
I'm speaking today to share the side of my grandpa that people don't often see. To me, he's just a normal grandpa. He gives us candy and soda when our parents aren't looking. Even when he's going through all these court cases, he always asks me how I'm doing. He always encourages me to push myself to be the most successful person I can be. Obviously, he sets the bar pretty high, but who knows, maybe one day I'll catch him.
Ce que ça dit, c'est regardez, c'est un homme comme les autres, il nous aime, c'est tout juste, il nous a pas pris sur ses genoux, tout ça. Voilà, enfin, voilà, elle a essayé de présenter une image du grand-père adorable.
Even Donald Trump couldn't help but be moved.
Elle a fait un discours qui était assez touchant, il faut reconnaître, à la convention républicaine, qui a eu beaucoup de succès et qui a fait fureur sur les réseaux sociaux.
In just a few weeks, her Instagram, YouTube and TikTok pages gained millions of subscribers. Voters can discover the life of a high school girl almost like any other. Kay goes shopping at the supermarket. Kay cooks delicious meals.
All right, that does not look bad.
Kay gets all dressed up for a student party.
C'est la vie rêvée des Trump, oui, qui est scénarisée quand même beaucoup.
A scripted life, but above all, one far removed from the normal life of a Trump voter. After all, the heiress spends her vacations in Aspen, one of the most exclusive ski resorts in the US. She travels around in an $80,000 Cybertruck and, above all, can indulge in her favorite pastime on the Florida greens. And she already has a record of success.
Elle a la passion du golf en commun avec son grand-père, ils en parlent, etc., etc. Son grand-père l'appelle, alors comment ça s'est passé aujourd'hui?
So, are you out there now in Bedminster?
Yeah, I am. I'm here for another day, and then I'm heading back to Florida. So what's your best score on the new course?
I would say my best would be 32, maybe. That's a tough 9.
All right, well, I just shot 4 under too, so I just shot a 32 as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good.
A close relationship with the new president allows young Kay a few privileges. In particular, a short trip on Grandpa's private plane. A chance to unwind with her girlfriends.
Elle est très fière de s'appeler Trump. C'est le cliché de la petite fille Trump. C'est le cliché d'une héritière Trump.
An heiress able to attend the Starship rocket launch as a VIP, alongside Donald Trump and Elon Musk himself. But although Kay may be rubbing shoulders with the leading light of space adventure, she's still a teenager with teenage interests.
Did you ever play Fortnite?
No.
Le problème depuis le début de Donald Trump, c'est d'avoir 78 ans. Donc en fait, il donne du Trump Junior le plus possible, histoire de montrer qu'il n'est pas totalement à la ramasse.
This strategy of normalizing and rejuvenating the family's image
Welcome back to the channel.
has made a major contribution to the Trump clan's reconquest of the White House. In the last election, 42% of 18 to 24-year-olds voted for the billionaire, 11 points more than in 2020. And among the invaluable architects of this success is another Trump, Barron, son of Donald and Melania.
C'est un garçon qui est très timide. Et quand il était à la Maison-Blanche, on savait, il fuyait les photographes. On voyait très bien que, par exemple, quand son père sortait de l'hélicoptère Marine One présidentiel sur la pelouse de la Maison-Blanche, son fils systématiquement se mettait dans un angle qui empêchait les photographes de le prendre en photo. Barron, c'est pas quelqu'un qui apprécie la lumière. Cela dit, Barron a joué un rôle important dans la campagne.
In just a few years, the shy young man has become an important advisor to his father.
Son fils Barron l'a assez bien conseillé sur certaines choses, et notamment les podcasts et les YouTubeurs à aller voir, comme Rogan, par exemple, Joe Rogan, parce qu'ils ont une audience importante auprès des jeunes et auprès des jeunes hommes notamment.
All right, we're rolling. Good to see you, sir. Here we go.
Sound advice. This famous podcaster and MMA commentator's interview with Donald Trump racked up over 50 million views in just a few days.
Thank you, sir.
Je pense qu'on est en plein dans l'ère de la dynastie Trump. C'est en tout cas ce que signifie cette réélection.
With the patriarch's return to the White House, an entire family is taking its place on the throne. The Trump family includes Donald and Melania, of course, but there are also Donald's 5 children. Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka, Eric, Tiffany and Barron. And their respective spouses.
Tous les membres du clan, en tout cas ceux qui le veulent, sont mis à contribution.
Donald Trump n'a aucune honte, aucune gêne à faire venir travailler des membres de sa famille, mais surtout qui ne sont pas du tout qualifiés.
Among those close to the president is Masad Boulos, his daughter Tiffany's father-in-law. This businessman, who made his fortune in the Nigerian car trade and who has absolutely no geopolitical experience, has been promoted to Middle East advisor. Donald Trump has also given a valuable gift to Charles Kushner, his daughter Ivanka's father-in-law.
Charles Kushner a été nommé pour être le prochain ambassadeur en France. Il a tout un tas de casseroles, il a fait de la prison, il a des manières de faire qui rappellent celles de la mafia. Il a notamment piégé son beau-frère. Ce sont des histoires très compliquées, très nauséabondes et malgré ces dossiers sur certaines personnes, Trump, ça ne le gêne pas du tout parce qu'il veut récompenser ses fidèles.
His son's former girlfriend, Kimberly Guilfoyle, has also been rewarded for her loyalty. She has spent most of her career in television, but has been appointed ambassador to Greece.
Oui, il y a une forme de népotisme chez Donald Trump. Enfin, c'est clair, c'est évident.
To get a prestigious position in the new administration, the ideal is to be part of the Trump family. But if you're not Donald Trump's son-in-law or daughter-in-law, all is not lost. You can also be his neighbor in Palm Beach. Just a stone's throw from the luxurious marina, Southland Park is one of the city's most sought-after neighborhoods. This is where Brian and Bill live. At 57, Bill has made a fortune with his consultancy company.
So you can see Mar-a-Lago, which is the home of President Trump and Mrs. Trump and Barron Trump. The beautiful big American flag flying on the flagpole. Look at the wind, it's beautiful.
Bill and his husband will soon have to do without the view they love.
This house we just sold for $12.9 million.
In a few weeks, the couple will be moving abroad.
Monsieur Yor.
Bill has just been promoted.
Officer Ivory Streeter, now a big real estate guy. Good, how are you?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. We're very excited. You're going to have to figure out how to come visit us in Brussels.
Oh, yeah. Well,
do you like Brussels sprouts?
Of course.
2 days ago, Bill was appointed ambassador to Belgium. An appointment made with a simple phone call.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye.
By President Trump himself.
And I'm out here by the water, and I thought, oh my God, I want Brian to hear this. So I'm screaming for Brian, Brian, Brian. I run to him, and he's in the shower with shampoo in his hair. It's my husband. And now the president's on the phone. So I'm looking at him with the shampoo in the hair coming down with no water, okay? And the president says, hi, Bill, how are you? You two are going to Belgium, that you're going to be the next ambassador to Belgium.
An ambassadorship as a reward for the loyal service of Bill and his husband.
This is, when was this? This is at the 4th of July.
During the presidential campaign, the couple raised funds to support Donald Trump. In total, more than $5 million. For this New York liberal, this support was not a matter of course. Bill had even voted for Obama or Clinton before, but the wealthy entrepreneur finally made his choice for the Republican candidate, not least because he believes that, unlike the Democrats, Donald Trump has never discriminated against homosexuals.
Rick Grinnell, he was the first openly gay member of a president's cabinet in the history of America. Who put a gay man on the cabinet? Carter? No. Obama? No. Biden? No. Who did it? Clinton? No. Who did it? Donald Trump did it.
Bill is an ardent admirer of Donald Trump.
Yes. Can we bring it? Yes.
And that's probably why he was chosen as ambassador. He knows nothing about Belgium or diplomacy. But that doesn't seem to be a problem.
I actually think if you speak French, this is nice, but he wants you to speak English. You are representing the United States of America. If you have a family history of being French or Belgique or Italian, this is not important to him. He wants you to do a good job for America and for him.
But there's one man in Washington who strongly doubts that the president's new men will do a good job for America. John Bolton was Donald Trump's national security advisor for a year and a half. An experience that has not left him with very fond memories.
Well, I don't have a relationship with Mr. Trump today, and I haven't since the day I resigned. Working in the Trump White House was like living inside a pinball machine. It was very erratic and unstructured.
Today, he denounces the lack of qualifications within the new administration.
You have a group of people around the president who are not really qualified by anything other than their fealty to him. A lot of the media talk about loyalty, that Trump's looking for loyalty. That's the wrong word. Loyalty is a good thing, but fealty, meaning submission, is what he wants. He doesn't want a lot of back talk. He just wants people to do what he wants them to do.
Donald Trump has even appointed zealous supporters with no recognized skills to very senior positions. The new Education Secretary, Linda McMahon, for example, has an unusual CV to say the least. With her sharp suit, hair cut in a bob, and her silk scarf, Linda McMahon comes across like a reassuring teacher.
I'm going to read a book about Llama Llama Red Pajama. Who's read this before?
And yet, just a few years ago, her life was more like this. For 16 years, Linda McMahon ran the country's leading wrestling league with her husband. The new Education Secretary was used to instilling educational principles in her children.
In 2 weeks! Look at this!
Directly in the ring. Girl or boy, it's the same punishment for everyone. Donald Trump didn't hesitate to appoint this woman without any links to education to straighten out the country's youth, partly because the wrestler is a long-time friend of the president, but mostly because the president loves wrestling.
Le catch, c'est vraiment l'incarnation exacte de Donald Trump. Pourquoi? Parce que c'est du faux, en fait, hein, c'est scénarisé, c'est la violence, et c'est quelque chose de très masculin aussi. Donc c'est vraiment cette idée de domination, et vous êtes dans le spectacle. Donc vraiment là, on a tous les éléments quasiment du personnage Trump.
Like his compatriots, Donald Trump loves these big shows. And on occasion, he also dons his wrestling costume, much to the delight of the audience. For the born actor that Donald Trump is, these appearances are also the fruit of a carefully considered political strategy.
Donald Trump a très facilement pu jouer le peuple contre les élites, en montrant ce que les Américains aiment par-dessus tout, c'est-à-dire les combats de boxe, le catch, le football américain, la culture américaine de base, quoi.
During the campaign, Kamala Harris and the Democrats summoned the whole of Hollywood, including Jennifer Lopez and Lady Gaga, to support them.
I cast my vote for someone who will be a president for all Americans.
A strategy that proved to be a failure.
Que Taylor Swift, milliardaire, vienne expliquer aux Américains du commun pour qui il fallait voter, ça a été parfaitement contre-productif. Ça m'étonne que les démocrates aient laissé faire. Pareil pour Beyoncé.
Donald Trump took a completely different approach. To win over voters, the billionaire preferred to parade his wrestling friends on the podium.
And at the end of the day, with our leader up there, my hero, that gladiator, we're gonna bring America back together.
Or be seen with the very popular CEO of United Fighting Championship and public face of American mixed martial arts, Dana White.
Ce qu'il maîtrise très bien et ce qu'il fait depuis longtemps, c'est ce côté d'hyper-masculinisation et de domination permanente. Et on retrouve ça dans son cabinet.
Évidemment, qu'une ancienne présidente de la fédération de catch devienne ministre de l'Éducation, ça choque. Et ça, pendant 2 semaines, le New York Times se fait des unes dessus. Et ça amuse beaucoup Donald Trump.
It amuses him all the more because he has a very specific plan in mind for this department and its 4,000 civil servants.
I'm going to close the Department of Education and move education back to the states. And we're going to do it fast.
Le seul intérêt qu'a Donald Trump dans cette affaire, c'est montrer combien il s'en fiche du ministère de l'Éducation nationale, combien il pense que ce ministère est illégitime, combien il pense qu'il y a des économies à faire de ce côté-là, notamment en termes d'employés fédéraux, et combien, en fait, la seule chose qui l'intéresse, c'est que les médias dits progressistes tonnent contre et s'opposent à ça.
For the fight against progressivism is one of Donald Trump's great causes. For years, he's been convinced that the Department of Education is undermining the values of the 70 million students in the American school system.
When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics. We will then accept applications for new accreditors who will impose real standards on colleges once again and once and for all. These standards will include defending the American tradition and Western civilization, removing all Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion bureaucrats.
Another reason that Linda McMahon managed to make it to the head of the Department of Education
Thank you. Please sit.
is that she belongs to one of the most influential think tanks in the conservative camp, the America First Policy Institute. In November, from his Mar-a-Lago villa, Donald Trump made a point of thanking these shadowy advisors.
I want to thank you very much. And the America First Policy Institute, what a job they've done.
Founded in 2021 after Trump lost to Joe Biden, the America First Policy Institute has been working ever since to draw the contours of Donald Trump's future presidency, inspired by their Christian faith and recorded in this short document. Among their favourite themes are reform of the education system and the fight against alleged corruption in the American administration.
We now have a government that feels itself accountable in many ways to itself and not to the best interest of the American people. We really need to fight government corruption by draining the swamp.
Donald Trump is obsessed with cleaning up the American administration. He's convinced that it's infiltrated by traitors, so he's found some very dubious collaborators to help him clear the decks. In Washington, one of them exceptionally granted us an interview on the premises of the podcast he hosts several times a week on the internet.
And share the links with your friends on the platform of your choice, whether it's Salem, Apple, Spotify.
Armed with a gun and a James Bond poster on his wall, Sebastian Gorka will become the president's next counter-terrorism advisor in just a few days.
Good riddance to Christopher Wray, the utter disgrace who is still the director of the FBI, but not for long.
His hobby horse is the fight against what he calls the deep state. He's a conspiracy theorist who believes there's a state within a state, and his favourite target is none other than the FBI, the US Federal Police.
After 9/11, the FBI has gone from being a police force, Joe, to being an internal security service that it was never meant to be. The deep state is the unaccountable bureaucracy that believes that it doesn't matter who is elected president, they get to run the country. They're basically traitors inside the government. Can't have people who believe the will of the electorate doesn't matter. Yes, they must be identified and removed from government.
Worrying talk from a man who will soon be working closely with the FBI.
Yeah, because I'm going to want to talk about the FBI.
Sebastian Gorka is a man with a checkered past. Of Hungarian origin, he appeared at President Trump's inauguration in 2017 wearing a traditional jacket and sporting a medal from a Hungarian nationalist group that collaborated with the Nazi regime during the Second World War. Yet Donald Trump gave him a position as White House advisor, from which he was dismissed after 7 months as too radical. These days, Sebastian Gorka has traded in his traditional garb for smart suits. He even sells himself as a vigilante in the service of a conservative America, as portrayed in Sylvester Stallone's testosterone-fueled films.
Well, I mean, he's iconic. I mean, it's a part of American pop culture, redefined the action movie.
The Hollywood actor is a fervent supporter of Donald Trump.
Famous people have had enough of political correctness, whether it's the transgender lunacy that men can become women, or whether it's, policing what you can say on social media. These are the things that maybe attracted people like Stallone or Musk.
As one of Donald Trump's advisors, Sebastian Gorka doesn't exactly love the press, and he let us know about it.
I was deputy assistant to the president and strategist at the same time, yes.
And for how long?
7 months. Have you not done your homework?
I did it.
Good. So don't ask stupid questions, okay? Okay, you want to ask serious questions? Get to work. The mainstream media cannot be trusted. We were told COVID didn't come from a lab. We were told the vaccines will prevent you from getting sick. We were told again and again and again, President Trump is a Russian spy. We were told garbage and lies by CNN, the Washington Post, the New York Times, and people said, I don't buy it. I don't trust these people. They are dead.
The future counter-terrorism advisor promises to rid the country of what he sees as its main threat, immigration.
We have been run by a government that hates America. You can't love America and open the borders and allow 16 million illegals in. If only 1% of them are terrorists or members of the narco cartels, that is tens of hundreds of thousands of criminals. So we have a massive domestic threat. That's what Biden, that's what Kamala Harris did.
Back in 2017, Sebastian Gorka was one of the architects of the controversial presidential executive order dubbed the Muslim ban, banning nationals of 7 Muslim countries considered enemies from entering the US.
He's a con man. His resume is embellished, and he's demonstrated that he's fundamentally a yes man for Donald Trump. And what Trump says he wants, Gorka will do. But a president is not well served when his top advisors are yes men, when they don't give him all the facts, when they don't tell him what his options are.
But Donald Trump isn't just calling on obedient subordinates to help him govern. He's even managed to rally a former political adversary to his cause, a Democrat with a surname that's legendary in America, Robert Kennedy Jr.
And I also want to salute Bobby's decades of work as an advocate for the health of our families and our children. Nobody's done more.
This future health secretary is simply the nephew of President Kennedy.
Le nom Kennedy n'est pas anodin, c'est une partie de l'histoire de l'Amérique, c'est comme un titre de noblesse. Et Trump est très sensible à ce genre de choses.
For a long time, Robert Kennedy Jr. was even one of the leading lights of the Democratic Party.
C'est quand même un des rejetons de la famille Kennedy, et pas un des moindres, qui tombe dans l'escarcelle de Donald Trump. Voilà pour le récit.
A Kennedy appointed as one of Trump's cabinet could be a sign of reconciliation between the two Americas. But that's not really it. For Robert Jr. is something of an ugly duckling among the Kennedys.
Il s'est éloigné du Parti démocrate parce qu'il n'a pas été accepté par le Parti démocrate du fait de ces théories du complot qu'il a soutenues. Il a été aussi rejeté par sa famille, qu'il a désavoué.
For years now, Robert Kennedy Jr. has been spreading conspiracy theories, particularly about the HPV vaccine recommended by the World Health Organization.
Children who take that vaccine, the Gardasil vaccine, are 37 times more likely to die from the vaccine than they are to die from cervical cancer.
Il a toujours soutenu l'idée que les vaccins amenaient à l'autisme, donc il fait, voilà, alors que c'est prouvé que, enfin, on n'a aucune preuve de ça et que scientifiquement c'est basé sur rien. Et donc il remet en cause des vérités scientifiques en permanence.
During the COVID epidemic, he went on a rampage, comparing the measures adopted during the pandemic in the USA to those taken by the Nazis against the Jews.
They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control we've never seen before. Even in Hitler's Germany, you could cross the Alps into Switzerland. You can hide in an attic like Anne Frank did.
It's been a slow drift away from the mainstream for this former environmental lawyer, who originally had a very serious career.
Il a toujours voulu donner un sens à sa vie, comme son père, que ça aussi c'est la marque de fabrique des Kennedy. Et donc il se lance dans la protection de l'environnement. Donc il est avocat contre les grands groupes, notamment pétrochimiques.
A passionate outdoorsman and falconer in his spare time, he also made a name for himself by winning a high-profile case against Monsanto in 2018. The pesticides giant was fined a record $289 million.
Robert F. Kennedy, pendant longtemps, il passait pour un Robin des Bois contre les grandes corporations.
Il n'y a pas que des choses négatives chez Robert Kennedy Jr. Il y a aussi, effectivement, l'idée qui est très démocrate d'ailleurs, qu'il y a peut-être moyen de faire plier les big pharma.
The first day in office, I'm going to issue an executive order banning pharmaceutical advertising on television.
On est quand même très loin du néolibéralisme effréné que prône Donald Trump.
And this is not the only disagreement likely to arise between the new president and his health secretary. For Robert Kennedy Jr. is a fitness enthusiast. On social media, he regularly displays his Olympian level of fitness at the age of 70, and he regularly crusades against junk food.
Enough is enough. President Trump and I are going to stop the mass poisoning of American children. Together, we're going to make America healthy again.
A promise he's sure to have a hard time delivering, as the Trump administration is more about burgers than steamed broccoli.
Il y a une image qui a beaucoup circulé, où on le voit dans l'avion avec Donald Trump, et ils sont en train de manger un hamburger, alors que lui a toujours dit qu'il était contre la malbouffe, qu'il fallait arrêter de manger tout ce qui était nourriture industrielle.
Donald Trump Jr., who posted the photo on X, wrote the satirical caption.
Il est le contraire de Donald Trump. Donald Trump se vante de manger des hamburgers, de boire du soda et des boissons sucrées, etc. Donc, effectivement, il y a une énorme contradiction.
Donald Trump has never hidden his passion for junk food. Alongside his first wife, Ivana, he even lent his acting talents to America's biggest calorie seller.
It's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
At a time when 3/4 of Americans are overweight or obese, the Health Secretary's fight against junk food may well be the only good news to emerge from his appointment. While new advisors such as Robert Kennedy Jr. have reinforced the Trump plan, one prominent family member seems to have defected: future First Lady Melania Trump.
Pour fêter la victoire de Donald Trump, elle n'était pas là. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Moi, je n'ai pas d'informations là-dessus, mais en tout cas, je pense que ça interpelle quand même.
How can we explain Melania's almost total media disappearance over the past few months? To find out, we spoke to Régine Mahot, one of the few people to have a close personal relationship with the presidential couple.
Et la photo de la sécurité, elle l'a mis derrière ou pas? Il faut la montrer, celle-là.
This Belgian photographer has been immortalizing the Trump family for over 15 years.
Je crois qu'il m'aime bien parce que je suis très discrète. C'est déjà très exceptionnel que je vous parle.
She met them for the first time in 2010. Régine was asked to take photos in the Holy of Holies, Donald and Melania's private apartment.
La famille Trump était quand même très ouverte, donc si vous arrivez là, vous pouvez aller dans toutes les pièces de la maison, choisir ce que vous voulez. Je pense qu'ils se prêtent au jeu et qu'ils aiment beaucoup ça.
In photographing the First Lady, Régine believes she has captured the personality of this enigmatic woman.
C'est une femme très intelligente, très sensible à la fois, assez drôle, étonnamment, parce que je pense que c'est pas l'image qu'elle donne, mais elle est vraiment drôle. Elle n'est pas la femme typique de Palm Beach. On sent qu'elle a vécu à Paris, elle a vécu à Milan, elle parle beaucoup de langues, il y a quelque chose de mixte et il y a quelque chose de paradoxal. Et c'est ce qui m'intéresse dans son personnage. Elle fait partie de l'histoire politique de Donald.
It's a story that began a long way from the United States, as the First Lady was born in 1970 in communist Yugoslavia. Young Melania soon developed a passion for fashion, and in 1993 she shot this commercial, broadcast on Slovenian television. She played a woman president of the United States. Prophetic. In 1996, she flew to New York, the fashion capital of the world. We caught up with a man who witnessed her first steps in modelling. At the time, Alain de Basseville was a fashion photographer in vogue in New York.
Moi, quand je l'ai vu, je me suis dit, il y a un truc. Je l'ai senti déterminé. Tous les gens de l'Est, à l'époque, ont une vraie ambition. Et elle représente, et c'est ça qu'il faut se rappeler, elle représente l'ambition. Tu vois la manière dont elle regarde. La manière dont elle regarde, c'est pas une fille normale qui regarde.
The young woman was so determined that she was ready to reveal herself in front of his camera.
Il y a cette complicité des femmes ensemble que je voulais faire très Renaissance, qui est au-delà de la sexualité, etc., qui est plus la complicité. Voilà.
Little by little, Melania made her name for herself. She began to socialize with New York high society. And in the late 90s, she was seen on the arm of a real estate tycoon with a blonde mane and deep pockets, Donald Trump.
Il était toujours à prendre les tables, prendre les bouteilles d'alcool pour tout le monde. Il était très généreux. Il fait partie des gens voilà, qui sortaient, qui étaient amusants, qui étaient sympathiques.
Elle a rapidement fasciné Donald Trump, qui d'ailleurs est depuis toujours fasciné par les femmes est-européennes. Hein. Les Russes, les Slovènes, les Slovaques, enfin tout ce qui est grand et blond. Hein. Et ensuite, elle a, avec Donald Trump, je pense, commencé une histoire qui est une vraie histoire d'amour. L'histoire d'une femme fascinée par ce chevalier de l'immobilier que pouvait être Donald Trump.
The New York romance culminated in a lavish wedding at Mar-a-Lago. Melania soon gave birth to Barron, Donald Trump's fifth child. And when her husband acceded to the White House years later, she accepted her role as First Lady with little enthusiasm.
Pendant le premier mandat, elle n'a pas été très visible. Hein. On sait qu'à la Maison-Blanche, elle était entourée d'un cabinet qui était extrêmement restreint, qui était à peu près 10 fois moins nombreux que le cabinet de Michelle Obama avant elle et celui de Jill Biden après elle. Elle ne venait quasiment jamais dans son bureau.
The First Lady is certainly committed to the fight against bullying in schools. But above all, she presents herself as the perfect housewife, taking care of the White House Christmas decorations and the organisation of official dinners. An elegant, devoted wife who is a real political asset for Donald Trump.
Elle incarne aussi une féminité très extrême. C'est pas Michelle Obama, hein, c'est pas la culture du sport, c'est plutôt voilà, la femme en talons aiguilles, très belle, le top modèle en fait. Hein, vraiment, c'est l'image sous papier glacé de la First Lady qui plaît beaucoup à un électorat conservateur.
Despite playing a backseat role, Melania manages to impose some of her ideas, particularly when it comes to women's rights.
Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom.
Melania defends her own convictions, especially when it serves her husband's electoral interests.
Elle était là au moment où le débat sur l'avortement, par exemple, est devenu extrêmement chaud, extrêmement compliqué pour Donald Trump, où elle est clairement intervenue dans la campagne pour dire « En tout cas, moi, première dame des États-Unis, je ne serai pas celle qui laissera passer n'importe quoi sur l'avortement. » Ça a rendu fou furieux le camp évangélique, religieux qui soutenait Donald Trump, mais ça lui a permis de se recentrer d'une certaine manière.
By displaying a more progressive stance than her husband, Melania enabled Donald Trump to win over some wavering voters.
C'est un pari. Bon, c'est un pari qui a manifestement eu des conséquences positives puisque Trump a été élu.
As an independent woman, Melania plays a minimal role, but is at her husband's side when necessary.
Please welcome our next Commander-in-Chief, my husband, President Donald J. Trump.
Elle lui a probablement dit quelque chose du genre « Je suis là pour assurer, je suis ton port dans la tempête, je serai première dame des États-Unis, mais demande-moi simplement de faire le strict minimum. »
The First Lady has already announced that she will not be moving into the White House, but will be splitting her time between New York and Mar-a-Lago to look after her son Barron. Another way to prepare the future of the Trump clan.